Come on. Over here. Come on. Look at all this grass. Hey. Fresh grass. Come on. There we go. Mm-hmm. If you need some instructions, call me later, okay? So these fellas have just gotten off of this pasture, you can see. And they were out getting a drink and I came down. Starting to rain, nice Scottish weather. And what we do is just open this line right here. It was connected to this post and I just open it, bonk, and then in they come. And then how I moved them from, say, like this pasture here, I call it the big pasture, into that little pasture, is I just flick that, this kind of, it's not really a gate, but it's like a gate, electric wire, and I just clip it back to here, and then they're into that pasture. And same way all the way down. So this is their lane right here, from here to here. And you can kind of tell they walk through. And then all the way along they have a series of different pastures that we move them to. So if the big pasture is pasture 1, now they're in pasture 2. A few days, probably today's Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, no, sorry. Then I move them back to here. This is the rotation. So they start here, and then here, and then they go back. And the last one, it takes, I kind of move them every 2 or 3 days. You know, it depends on how fast the grass is growing and, you know, what they got to say about it. But this is, it's okay, some weeds in it, but it'll come, right? That will hold them for a few days. And then the next 2 pastures that they kind of just got off of. Oh man, I gotta find that dryer spot. So they just came off of here. Can I get under there? And I clipped behind them, as you can see. And the one that they were just on beyond there is mostly alfalfa. So that kind of is a nice little shot for them. And that's it. We got 7 pastures down here, and that's how we rotate them through.
Hi everyone, it's Krista here from Amy Ann's house, and I thought I should do my weekly video, though to be honest it's probably going to be a short one, and it's not a very interesting or even joyful one, I guess. I'm sitting here in the garden. It's really early on Sunday morning, and it's the first time I've been to the farm since our holiday week. Last week ended up being kind of like a recovery week from the holiday. There was just so much to do with the rest of our life that I just never seem to get here. Schooling is starting in a week, and we have chosen to keep the kids home, to school them at home. And so working on what that means and how that looks has been a little bit, with the French component, that I don't speak French, has been a big thing. I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed. The garden is blossoming and I'm not getting out into it, and there's like some guilt because I'm like all that work and time, and I'm just letting it go. We did do a bit more freezing of corn this week, and we made our first batch of pizza sauce because we have some tomatoes ripe, a lot of Romas, which are beautiful. But the rest of the tomatoes, not so great. This is my year for tomatoes, my learning year for tomatoes. They just didn't go in well. They were beautiful sets or starts, but they didn't go in well. They died. I replaced them with so many that I don't even know what tomatoes I have anymore. We have lots of Tiny Tims that are kind of Tiny Tims that aren't Tiny Tims. Here, like this one. Like, that's a pretty big Tiny Tim compared to what we usually get. So we have these mediocre Tiny Tims. And a lot of them, because I haven't gotten here, and we had a massive amount of rain this week. This garden, I just picked some tomatoes. I have a basket of bigger tomatoes and a tiny little basket of Tiny Tims from this garden, but I threw away more than half of what I kept just because they were all split because I didn't get to them, and the rain and the moisture just makes them split and then they rot. So I haven't been very good at doing that. Our old ladies are doing all right in the coop. They don't go, well, they do go in at night when it's super dark, but neither Jeff and I have had any energy to get over here to lock them in. So luckily, we've been very blessed that no predators have found them, but that's something that is weighing on my mind, that maybe they weren't the right choice right now. And we've been going back and forth on layers, and we kept saying no because of the putting them in and getting them out in the morning. And then when these free ones came up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It's not perfect. Free is never perfect, Krista. So yeah, I'm struggling. Jeff's been here every day in the rain, doing different things. He put his pellet grill barbecue that he received 4 months ago finally together, and I think that made him feel really great. And hello, Bumblebee. And what else did he do? There's something else that I noticed he did. Oh, he started working on our mailbox, and he's done line trimming. He's just kept up with the animals and stuff and cleaned up a little bit. I did get a small bushel of onions from this garden that have to cure now. And I have 5 onion gardens that just decided that they wanted to grow now. So we'll see if we get them before the frost. They were dead all summer and now they think it's time to grow. So we'll see if we get them. So yeah, so this is a very, very short video because we haven't really done anything. We came off of our week on a high, and then now we both kind of, I don't know, not pittered out. I just got absorbed with all of the other life that I put on hold for a week and was so thankful to put on hold for a week, but then consumed everything, and then sad not to be here. And Jeff's had a lot as well because he starts teaching again in a couple of weeks, and no one really knows what it looks like and how he's supposed to do it. So he did get a schedule. That was nice. So we can kind of figure out what we're doing around our days. So that is this week's video. There's not a lot to see. We haven't sold any pigs, so if you want a pig, we got a pig to sell. Our chicks in the brooder are about to go out on grass, and in the 8th, so that's a week and a half, we get our last flock of 100 meat chickens. And then the cows will be going to processing the end of October, and we need to start thinking about the winter for the pigs and the layers, what we're going to do with them. We think we have a plan, but it's implementing that plan. We did order windows. That's exciting, except for it feels like, when do we do them? So it'll come together. I know it'll come together. It's feeling just really overwhelming right now. Oh, sorry, that sun is taking over. Where do we go? Here. Keep my head right there. There's too many jobs undone right now that have been started that aren't finished, and with the switch of school starting and Jeff working and I'm changing days and different things with my job, there's a lot of change and going on, and I'm just feeling overwhelmed. Very, very overwhelmed. So we'll see how this week goes. My original plan was that we would kind of start doing stuff in the morning, kind of not really doing schooling, but kind of getting into a routine of schooling, but not necessarily teaching so much, but just prepping, like, so getting our rooms set up and sorted and organized and cleaned, and then come here in the afternoon, which is the plan for when we school. So, but now I'm not so sure. I'm kind of feeling like I don't know if I'll get here again this week because the garden needs processing. So I need to be making sauces and yeah, that kind of stuff. So we will see what this week holds. I'll see you next week and I'll let you know how it went. Hope you have a great week. Thanks. Bye.